parents emigrated here from Haiti, and they've never truly learned English in the best of ways. And early on as a child, I understood that law was powerful and that some people who felt powerless needed someone to help them through these legal issues. I'm most well known as somebody who has written about, testified about, litigated issues around forced arbitration. These are provisions in standard form contracts that you and I and everybody we know signs, agrees to, clicks every day, just so that we can have whatever the amenity is that we want. And one of the things we agree to that I think most of us aren't aware of is that we are waiving our right to a jury. We're waiving our right to bring things in a collective actions to aggregate many people's claims. And so I started looking into this in 2005 and was one of the first people to write about forced arbitration. So that's been my life's work up until this point. My goal here is to try to get a particular statute enacted, and it's called the FAIR Act, the Forced Arbitration and Justice Reform Act. That would essentially say that forced arbitration is just simply banned. In 2020, I testified before the Judiciary Committee of the House on a bill called the Ending Forced Arbitration and Sexual Assault and Sexual Harassment Act. This piece of legislation is very narrow. It prohibits employers from forcing employees who are alleging sexual harassment and sexual assault from arbitrating those claims. And that changed the conversation. Before you know it, we had bipartisan legislation passed by the House, passed by the Senate, and signed by President Biden. I think that this bill puts some wind at our back. It is a movement now. People are teaching it in their civil procedure courses. I felt like I was sort of one of the first people to do that in the country. I've been teaching law here at Cardozo Law School for 22 years. I teach 4 days a week and I have office hours most days. And even if I don't have office hours, there are lots of students who'd like to pop in. That's part of what we do at Cardozo. We try to be as accessible to the students as possible. Just watching the trajectory of students is not something I had thought about before I became a law professor. It never occurred to me that I would feel this sort of mama bear pride, but I do, literally every single day.